Hi guys, welcome to part 4 and the final part of the tutorial that goes through how to send and retrieve pictures from a server. So in this part we are going to talk about how to retrieve the picture from the server. So we also need to create another async task because retrieving the picture from the server will need a connection over the internet, and Android insists that we must do this over an async task. So we want this async task to be called a download image. So we need to extend async task void, but here rather than writing void we're going to write bitmap because we want this async task to return a bitmap of the image which has been downloaded. So I override the methods again, so that's Control O for me. You guys can find out what that is for you on your keyboard. And doing background, I want that, and on post execute I want that. As you can see, this returns a bitmap. This doing background returns a bitmap, which is in contrast to this async task which returns void, basically nothing. So when we download the image from the server, we basically need to return that image right here. So how do we download the image? So firstly we need to know what the name of the image we're trying to download is. So again, we'll create a constructor, we call it download image, and we want this constructor to get the name of the image that we want to download, and we want to store the name in this variable right here. So this name refers to this variable right here. I would now store the name that has been passed to this async task in this variable, which allows us to use it anywhere in this async task right here. So doing background, we need to know the URL to the image we're trying to display to the user. So it's going to be a server address, and remember we stored it in the pictures directory, and we gave the image a name and .jpg. So this is the path to any image on our server. So for example, the dog image will be pictures/dog/jpg, and we can actually check that. Actually, yeah, never mind. So yeah, now we actually need to perform the retrieval from the server. So catch, because what we're about to do right now can throw an exception, and we need to catch it here. And also we need to print a stack trace and return null if something does go wrong. Right? So print stack trace just basically displays it to us what went wrong and where the problem came from. So we need to create a URL connection because that's what we're trying to connect via URL. So you create a new URL, and this takes in the parameter of URL which we just defined up here, and we need to open a connection. So now this has opened a connection to the image we're trying to retrieve from the server. So we can set a timeout to this connection, so I'll just set that to 30 seconds, and we can also set a read timeout, which is another type of timeout, and I'll also set that to 30 seconds. Alright, finally we can get the bitmap from the URL connection by using something called a Bitmap Factory, which Android has created for us, and then we need to decode the stream. Decoding the stream basically means we get the stream from the connection and decode it and convert it to a bitmap. So as you can see, we're actually returning this bitmap right here, which will be the picture we're trying to retrieve from the server. So let's decode the stream. So first cast it to a stream and get the content of the connection. So this basically gets the image in a input stream format, and we cast it to an input stream, and then we can decode that stream and actually get a bitmap back. And for these two parameters you don't have to worry about that, just set them to null. So what this does, I'll repeat it again, is we establish a connection to the image we're trying to download, we convert it to an input stream, and then we decode the stream using a Bitmap Factory, and that basically returns the bitmap that we're trying to display to the user. So finally, on post execute, which is what happens after doing background returns a bitmap is, firstly we need to check that it hasn't returned null before we try to display it. So if it hasn't returned null, then we can downloaded image. Remember, we defined that up here, and this is the image view that shows the image that has been downloaded from the server, and we can set image bitmap to the bitmap right here. So right here we return the bitmap from the server, and then on post execute we can basically then display that bitmap on the downloaded image. So now let's just run this, and hopefully nothing goes wrong. Pray for me, guys. Okay, it's gonna take a while. So yeah, like I said in the first tutorial, this can have many applications, but most importantly, if you're trying to get a profile picture from users, or you're trying to create something like Instagram, let's say, where users can upload your own pictures, this can be very useful. So here it goes. So now we can just dog, we can name it dog. So it's running, it's quite slow right now. Go back, dog. We upload the image, so wait for the image to be uploaded. It's taking a while. Come on. Just make sure nothing went wrong there. I'm not sure why it's not uploaded. So let me, yeah, image uploaded. So the dog image just worked. So it just took a while. So I can also upload a cat image. That might be faster this time. No, it's not. But while we're waiting for it to upload the dog image, I mean the cat image, we can actually just display the dog image right here. So if we click, oh, we forgot to do one thing. Right. So same mistake last time is when the download image button is clicked, we actually have to do this new download image. Downloaded image. So we need to pass the name of the image right here that we're trying to download. Remember, we created a constructor right here that requests the name, and now we've given it the name, and now we can execute this stuff. Sorry about that, guys. So I could run that again. Just wait for it to work. Okay, so we've already uploaded a picture of the dog, so dog download image. It's taking a while. Why so slow, internet? Why so slow? Let's just make sure nothing's gone wrong here. For fuck's sake. Oh, it worked. Let's try dog now. Forget about that time up stuff. Yeah, maybe the dog just hasn't uploaded to our server, but the cat worked. So yeah, that's it, guys. Hazy ending, but I can assure you it works. So yeah, thank you for listening to this tutorial. I hope to see you guys. I hope to make one in about 3 days actually, so I'll see you guys then. Thanks. See you guys.